Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are all having a good week. My name is Sophia and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Edmonton, Canada. And I like to show you how some of the Stampin' Up! Suites and bundles work. So today I wanted to show you the New Horizon suite. Sorry, I just kind of stuck it to the side here, so I'm just gonna pull it out for you. Okay, here it is. It's called On the Horizon. This is the stamp set. It comes with some really great images, very mellow, relaxed, scenery type of images. So you've got these trees, you've got like this brick wall, you've got this really pretty grass, some birds, and then the dies are all different. So you can cut that brick wall out here, you can use these houses, there's mountains. This looks like a little hill. This is also a hill, but you can put it underneath to make it like the shadow. Lots of cool different stuff in here. So I wanted to show this to you because it is going to retire at the end of June and it's a really great suite. So it comes with the stamp set, the dies, and some really pretty watercolor paper, which I will show you. Yeah, it's a very watercolor-like paper. All of the pieces have different, colors and imagery. It's just gorgeous. Like this paper, if you're not going to get anything else, just get the paper because you can use it for so many different things. And on the back here, it coordinates with, let's see, Blackberry Bliss, Bumblebee, Calypso Coral, Evening Evergreen, Fresh Freesia, Garden Green, Misty Moonlight, Old Olive, Pale Papaya, Polished Pink, and Soft Succulent. So that's a lot of colors that you can use or have designer series paper for. All right, so with that, I'm gonna get started. So I'm making this card for this week's challenge at Global Design Project. And the challenge is to case one of their designers, which I will pop up a photo of the challenge here. It's a case the designer challenge, and I'll show you my take on that using this suite. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to be using is a black piece of cardstock. And I noticed on that card that they had used 3 greetings, or they put the greeting 3 times in black and white embossing. So from that, I picked up the black cardstock. I thought that would be really pretty. I don't usually use black cardstock for my cards, so that's what I took away from that. So this is my card base. The next thing I've done is I have used one of the purpley color watercolor designer series paper and used my basic border dies. So I think I have those out still. Yeah, right here. So these are the basic borders. And I just used this cloud shaped one and cut the edges of this paper. So the paper was originally 1/2 inch smaller on every side, and I just cut the borders of it off. So this piece is going to come right here in the middle. And then I've also kept the edges to kind of give it like a shadow look. So I'm going to put the edges on as well, but I'm going to leave a little gap like that in the middle. And do the same thing with the bottom piece. It's gonna go back on, but there's gonna be that little, just like, black shadow there in the background. So we will start by gluing that on, I think. So if we can get that on straight, the rest isn't gonna really matter too much. So I've just put a tiny bit of liquid glue on there, and now I'm going to put it down exactly where I want it. So really I'm not worried about the top and the bottom, but I am worried about the distance on the sides. And so just make sure you get it straight and then put that down. So I think that's good. Next, I'm going to put the bottom piece on, I think. And I think I just want about 1/4 of an inch of a border there, or even smaller, like maybe just like that. So we'll put this piece on next. Okay, and I did use the liquid glue again to give myself some wiggle room. Okay, so there's that. Now I have a little bit of glue there, but I'm just going to get rid of that. There. And then this piece is going to come on here. So just put some liquid glue on there. I have been watching this Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case on YouTube all week, and I'm just dying to know who won. Is anybody else watching that as closely as I am? Okay, so again, you just want it to match the bottom and make sure it's a little bit centered, and then just push it down. Now, what's happened here is I cut a little bit off of there, and so I just moved it a little bit to the center. Okay, so this is the beginning of the card. I feel like that end might be a little bit high, but no, I think it's fine. Okay, the next piece I have is the mountain. So this is the snow that goes on top of the mountain, and that's the only piece I'm using. So I'm going to try to put this up on dimensionals just a little bit. I'm going to use my mini dimensionals, and I'm going to cut them down really slim. Just grab my scissors. And you see how I made these like thin slits? That's kind of what I'm going to do here as well. Just really nice and thin so we can get them on that delicate mountain piece. Okay, so just like that. And I'm just going to put them on. Okay, so I will put one piece right there. And one maybe just there. Trying to get it even, like we're not going to have a lot of pieces going on because this is such a delicate piece, but trying to get it in the strong places is my goal right now. So right there, and right here. I'm going to cut the end of that off before gluing it down. There. So now we can have our mountains on dimensionals. And so I'm just going to take off my backings and then we'll glue that down. Summer's finally starting to come in Edmonton, and I got our yard sprayed for mosquitoes. So now I can sit outside without worrying about mosquitoes getting me, because that is a really big deal for me. I don't like sitting outside if there's mosquitoes. Although it is their home, I should just accept that, but I'm really excited to sit outside with no mosquitoes. Okay, so there we go, that's on. And it's not strong, like you're gonna see it lifted a little bit, and that's all I kind of wanted there. I wanted it to be just a lifted look, okay? So now we're gonna add some of our final pieces here. Actually, I'm gonna do some stamping first. So I die cut some clouds out from the Rainbow of Happiness bundle, and one of the clouds is big enough for me to put a greeting on. So I'm using this tiny little greeting that says thank you, which is also from that rainbow set. And I am just going to put that down in black. So I'm using my Memento Tuxedo black ink for this. And just going to stamp that down like that. All right, side, put my ink away and my stamp and get the rest of those clouds on first. So I want one to go right here. And then I cut out a few different shapes. So I don't care if it goes on the black a little bit. I'm okay with that. Oh, oops. Dropped one. Okay. This one's gonna go, I think, over here. And then I've got my big one, which I want just about there. And this one. Okay. I don't want this cloud though. Or are those the only two I have? Yeah, that one's a little bit different. Okay, so now they're all a little bit different from each other. And I'm just gonna put those on with dimensionals as well. So I'll start with this guy. Put 2 on. It's always fun now to figure out where I wanted it initially. I think it was here. There. Okay. This one won't be hard because it's half off, half on. These tiny dimensionals, the backings are so small. Okay, so let's put this one half on, half off, right there. And then maybe I should use my tweezers. That might help me kind of pick this up. It's hard when you don't have nails. Actually, I'll do this one first because I know that that one's half on, half off. Okay. Oops. You know, I haven't seen a lot of people use this suite, so I hope after seeing this video you like it as much as I do, because it's a really nice suite and you get some great mountains in it, which you don't usually get with a lot of card making stuff. Like, it's always very floral, but this is very neutral, and so you can make some good mail cards with it too. Okay, and then the last one, thank you. I'm still just looking at this and trying to decide. I think I'm gonna go with the thin thank you. Okay, so we'll get that on. And okay, so this, I'm gonna have it kind of in the middle, right there. And the last thing I'm gonna do is just put on some embellishments. And I'm just gonna pick some here, trying to see what will go well. Yeah, I think I'm gonna use my classic matte dots, and I'm gonna use white. And then also, kind of just wanted to throw some dots on here in different places. Like that, maybe. I don't know if you noticed in that card, the one that I'm trying to case, there was lots of stuff on the corners, and so I'm trying to get that same effect happening with those dots. So I just used my chalk marker for that. And then I will use my classic matte dots and just throw some on the card. So I think I'll do here, a little one over here, and one more just up here. There. So there's my card. I was gonna put twine on it, but I kind of wanted it just kind of plain and simple. So there it is. You'll have to tell me what you think, or if you're going to buy the On the Horizon bundle. It's a great bundle. I'll link it below this video so that if you want to buy it, you can. Again, you have until June 30th. That's when the January to June mini catalog retires, to get the suite. So yeah, I am going to end this video. If you've liked it, please subscribe to my channel, and I will be back next week to show you something different. Thanks for watching. Bye.